Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You then try banging on the lid, hoping that maybe somebody might notice and start digging their way down towards you to help you. You just think today you're going to die. But there's probably somebody standing by your grave. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually using drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that you might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? And if that's not selfish enough, take that life away from the people that love and care for you most. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, husband, wife, children, even grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I'm talking about that went to their grave without seeking help. Instead, pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I'll help you take your life back, for your life is gone. Don't forget to take the slippers off at night, but don't put them by the edge of your bed. Stick them way under your bed. That way, in the morning, you'll be forced to get on your knees and retrieve those slippers. And while you're on your knees, utilize that time to ask God for guidance and direction, forgiveness and mercy. Thank God for having a home, family, clothing, food, health. These are the times that while you're getting those slippers, while they're under your bed, you utilize that time called knee mail, K-N-E-E mail. Knee time is the time that you spend with God each and every day. Now put those slippers on and walk with God 24/7. I want to talk about overcoming the holiday blues, depression, and sadness. And this is the time of year where a lot of people are feeling those emotions. So we want to touch base on that. I mean, are you feeling down, lonely, depressed over the winter holiday period? The question of why some people experience sadness during what is supposed to be a happy time of year is what a lot of people wonder about. The holiday season for many people brings depression along with it. Instead of fighting or attempting to resist depression related to the holidays, you may choose to understand or use depression as a path to healing. You might notice the holidays can bring up painful as well as pleasant emotions, both on a regular basis. Prior to holiday experiences might have been hard, or life might have been as fulfilling as you want it to be. You might experience sadness, loneliness, or even anger. Interestingly enough, these feelings are not really the issue. If you look deeply into yourself, you might notice that you're not the only one feeling some of this pain. You may also be comparing yourself to other people, which you should never really do. Everyone else seems to be happy. What's wrong with me is something that you might be asking on a regular basis. Is this where the actual issues are starting to begin? Are you hurt, lonely? Are you angry, sad? All are human emotions that we all feel on a daily basis. But it's what we do with those feelings and those emotions is what sets us apart from being an day person or someone that has depression. Depression is a different feeling that happens when emotional pain arises, but thinking that there is something wrong with it. We do not allow ourselves to feel it. Instead, we block the emotion out and tell ourselves that there is something wrong with ourselves for feeling this way. We feel bad, and at the same time we tell ourselves that somehow we are bad. This is what depression is all about. Just try this for your mind. Accepting your depression does not mean giving into it. It simply means accepting it at the present in your life, at the moment, so you can work with it. If depression comes in a part of rejection for your feelings, rejecting the depression will only make things worse. Meditate to contact your deeper emotions. Depression is many frozen anger and grief emotions. If you can feel the warmth of deeper feelings, you can sometimes start to decrease your depression you feel. Try an awareness mediation a number of times a week for 10 minutes at a time. Sit with your eyes closed for 5 minutes and then concentrate on your breathing. Silently ask yourself what else you might be feeling. Find out if along the depression you are feeling sadness, hurt, or even anger. If you are, open up to it and allow yourself to feel more deeply and find yourself and see what happens next. Be nice to someone else. Unfortunately, it is oftentimes easier for us to be nice to another person than it is to be nice to ourselves. We can use this tendency to help heal the depression we may be experiencing in life. When we do small acts of kindness for another person, at that moment we come into healing contact with our own capacity to care. That is what I do this show for. That is why I go on other people's shows. That is why I do all my websites and all my social media things. Because when I help other people like you, I help myself. Bear in mind that it is painful as it might be. In the end, depression may lead you to explore healing approaches that you might otherwise have never, ever attempted. The result is that you might not only ease your depression, you may also become a more happier person. Depression can be transformed from something unwelcome into a friend through introspection. Contemplate the depression you experience on a daily basis. Try to understand it. You are not alone where holiday depression is concerned. A number of people experience it. Understand that sadness, anger, and loneliness do not indicate that there is something wrong with you. In fact, just the opposite. These emotions show that you react to painful situations and that you feel and are alive. Something that is a healthy feeling. What is so hard for us to understand is that there is never one correct way to feel in a particular situation. We must allow ourselves to feel, be, and accept ourselves completely. Not matter what we are experiencing, it doesn't matter. To include pain is normal. Doing so leads to the greatest happiness of all time. And you need to start doing it for your heart. Practice self-caring meditation. A lot of pain and depression comes from the way we criticize ourselves. We can learn and practice in different ways. Sit with your eyes closed and think of something about yourself that is difficult to accept. Let your mind bring up an image and person you really care for and visualize that. Visualize or hear the person accepting and forgiving you for what you find difficult to accept. Try this for 5 minutes, a few times each week. Take time and practice the pleasures. Yes, the pleasures. Pleasure and joy are enemies of depression. Even when we are depressed, there might be something small that might help us. Something like a poem, a hot bath, an old movie, a favorite song, a nice piece of chocolate. Even a small amount of pleasure might perk you up and remind you of what life is and can be all over again. And it is good for your body. Move, exercise, and do energy work. Aerobic exercise for 30 minutes, 4 or 5 times each week. Yoga, Tai Chi, and Qigong are all simple and safe, effective antidepressants. Could this be sad? The question of why people experience sadness during what is supposed to be a happy time of year is what we all wonder. The answer is that both emotional and biological triggers. The most common biological cause, seasonal affect disorder, or SAD, stems from the declining number of hours in sunlight during the winter. Do not assume the experience sad simply because your emotional issues become worse during the winter months. At times, depression or anxiety just happens to be around during the holidays. Whether or not there are biological factors involved in the holiday season is filled with psychological booby traps. Office parties may feel like just more work. Vacations might add to the stress if you have unresolved issues, or if it might just cost too much. Seeing more of your extended family during the holidays may also be triggers for uncomfortable, unhappy memories or behaviors. Pressure to give the right gift at the right time for the right price could also be very paralyzing. The coming of the new year might remind you of financial, professional, or personal disappointments experienced during the prior year, of the uncertainty that might lie ahead with the new year. For some people, all the holiday parties might be temptation to pursue excessive drug and alcohol abuse. Even good news might trigger unhappiness. A well-earned vacation makes some people feel guilty. Family and personal pressure and success may lead to envy or even squabbles among family members. Some people carry expectations that a new year must be better than the old one. So here's how you deal with the holiday blues. How do you know if you're experiencing problems during the holiday season? Watch out for some of these signs. Significant emotional pain. Other people telling you that you have issues. Emotions or behaviors that interfere with regular activities on a daily basis. Just recognizing that you're experiencing an emotional issue may oftentimes go a long way towards dealing with it. Using coping skills such as spending more time, less time with your family, cooking favorite meals, attempting to avoid arguments, and talking things through with trusted family members and friends. If these steps do not work, you might pursue professional assistance. A thorough test should look at a potential medical, biological, and psychological issues that may be causing a lot of this. Once the factors causing the issue have been identified, treatment can be planned and carried out. For the holiday blues, this will usually involve some type of psychotherapy and possible medication. One of the most important things you can do to beat the holiday blues is, no matter what is happening in your life, think of the blessings you do have on each day. Take account of all the positive things in your life and shake the negative ones off. Doing so can help immensely and go a long way toward ending the holiday blues. And if you have holiday blues, look at the glasses being half full, not half empty, and start today utilizing some of these things that I just discussed. And remember, I do keep hard copies. All you need to do is call me at 844-405-HELP or email me at Ralf, R-A-L-F, at Take Your Life Back Today Show, and I will either email or send you a hard copy of today's show. Folks, do not forget to utilize your morning when you get those slippers to ask God for guidance, direction, forgiveness, and mercy. And do not forget to thank Him for everything that you do have. And remember, we all have things we do not have, or we all don't have things that we do not have and want. Doesn't mean your life needs to be bad. Think of the things you do have that other people might not have. And know this, that today is a brand new day for a better tomorrow. And may God bless you.
ever got an answer and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember,